Shales break apart quickly. Sandstone is bad because it can hold water and explode. But any kind of harder, flat rock will basically work. Like this one here is pretty flat. You can get a fire under that and use it in the exact same way. What about slate? Slate tends to shatter after a little bit. So,
Yeah, I think
looks great.
it's true.
Yeah, are there anything that you wanted to check out?
Yeah.
I'm happy to observe anything.
Good question. There you go.
Do you have to know that it's like a certain temperature, or do you just say kind of pick from there?
I put oil on it and it was bubbling, so that's kind of what I go by, just a drop of oil or something and looking for it kind of popping. And now those are doing just like pancakes. You can see the bubbles coming out. That's going to be exciting. And then between each batch, we'll put a little more oil on so they hopefully don't stick as much. And the stone too is just like Dutch, like cast iron, in that, that looks great. Just like cast iron, in that if you continuously use it this way, it'll absorb the oil, and it kind of it becomes seasoned, just like cast iron. So it's an awesome cooking surface, and if you take care of it, kind of like cast iron, and like you wouldn't put soap on it, but if you just wipe it down with an oily rag, like when you're done, it's.
I sing in a language called Wolof, which is a language from Senegal, and in this song I say, Africa, Nangadef. Can you guys say Nangadef? Mangifere means, Nangadef is how are you? Mangifere means I'm just here. I'm here. Or you can say Jama, Jamarek. Jamarek means I am with peace. Jamarek. And then I just sing a little ode to the family and the friends over there. So, especially these times right now with Ebola and all the intensities that Africa's dealing with, just, hold them in your prayers and maybe even light a little candle here and there just to put some intention of love and light to help the families over there that are struggling with such a intense time right now. So just send a little love to Africa. People we know are losing their families, so it hits close to home. Put your hands together with us.
is actively fixing nitrogen from the air. Like it's not the plant itself; it's the microbes that are attached to the roots. So they're hanging out there, taking the gaseous nitrogen and putting it into the soil as a nitrogen source that's available to the plant life around it. That's why you see a lot of places use clover as a cover crop. So they'll put, plus it grows. White clover tends to grow real low, especially, so it starts out early in the season. That grows, and then the stuff they want, that'll kind of mulch and cover, green mulch, and then the stuff they want will grow up and shade that out, like a progression of things. And red clover is actually a really great place to start too. We were just talking about. I don't see any flowers here.
Red clover right here.
But these
flower.
is it? Cool.
Clover in Vermont.
Red clover.
Red clover. This is a little one right here. You can see
The state flower. Yeah, red
like
clover.
Chevron shape on the. And it's a little light mark right there. Like this is a really small example, but yeah.
This one right here.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good one right there.
And that's
yes.
white, or is that?
That's red.
Should be the
That's
red
red.
clover. with
That's
the
when you see
chevron.
that chevron shape. That's red. And red clover is it's amazing. There's like 33 different cultures in the world who, if cancer is even suspected, will go straight to red clover. Like, it's really good, like blood alkalizing, blood purifying effects. It's great. The Colby loves it. Like you say, you put it in all your teas.
Yeah, any
like,
sort of medicinal tea, I'll just add it because it's just gonna help. Pretty much any condition or anything you're doing. I put some the fresh flowers or even the leaves if I can't get the flowers.
Now,
So
how would
you chop them up or you just throw them in?
Depending on how many I have, if I was kind of short on them, I'll chop them up to increase the surface area.
Yeah.
But usually I'll just maybe rip up the flower a little bit and throw it in there.
now how do you get those to grow more in your area? I mean, is there a way that you can?
No,
Find
transplanting them.
transplanting them into
We
the
do a
area.
lot of transplanting to kind of spread stuff. And that's, you go to a place where there's a bunch of it and just grab a couple plants, throw them in your yard or edge or wherever you like to go and increase the diversity in that area. You can buy too. You can buy clover seed.
Okay.
You can buy huge bags of it and
Yeah.
try to
That's
seed
what I was
areas.
wondering. Is that stuff good enough for setting out and just let it grow and continue to grow back?
Yeah, it will. If you can get it established, it'll stay until something else shades it out or whatever.
Okay.
So we planted some. I live right on a stream, and we just we kind of terraced it because before it was just unworkable. It was too steep, and it would just get overgrown. So we terraced it, and we just put it to clover because we want to get strong roots in there so nothing washes away. But that's really good because now we can, like our elderberry, we planted some elderberry in there. That's doing really good. And other plants that really like that water, that edge.
Yeah.
Roses, rose hips are another fantastic
heard about
food
that.
source.
And with the clovers, one thing I like to mention is that the flower heads, I'm sure you're familiar with them, the big purple flower heads, they'll start to wilt and die back, and when they start wilting, you shouldn't harvest them.
Guajite palatombe, guajite palatombe, guajite palatombe.
you gonna put on it?
Jewelweed.
Touch it? Jewelry?
Yeah, this is just the stem of jewelweed. It'll often grows near stinging nettle. So if it does sting you and it's too much, we'll open up and we'll get the juice
It
out
can
of
be
here.
too much?
If it hurts you too much, if it's itchy, it gets kind of itchy. But we'll open it up and use this juice.
Yeah, I'll touch it.
That's in there. So you can just...
You know, if you want to dry them or save them for the winter, you can harvest them when they're in their peak of flowering, and then dry them in a dark, you know, dry place. The wilting, I guess, starts to release, I've heard, a toxin, you know, that...
Similar to cyanide, if not cyanide.
Right, it's something similar to that, and can be bad for you. So it's good to know. Don't just go eating them in reckless